for and so at the unboxing because it's the same matter.
Yeah.
Was a audit account of First Lady over refund, minority tells AG. The minority in Parliament has served notice to rely on the chairman of the Public Accounts Committee to write officially to the Auditor General to audit the account of the First Lady, Mrs. Rebecca Akufo-Addo. This follows the decision of the First Lady to refund 899,000 allowances she has received from the state since 2017. Yesterday, the Office of the President released a press statement that it had received a check covering the amount from Mrs. Akufo-Addo. Addressing the press in Parliament yesterday, the minority explained that an audit by the AG would help to determine whether the money the First Lady was using to refund the allowances she was paid was indeed her own resources or funds she took from her foundation, which was funded by state agencies such as the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation and the GCP. We welcome the decision by the First Lady to refund the allowances paid to her since 2017, but we need to ascertain whether that is the money she actually received and whether interest has accrued on the money and she has to refund same. It said. The Deputy Minority Leader, Mr. James Kluche Aveji, who addressed the media, said if the First Lady is not interested to receive allowances, then all state sponsorship for her non-profit organizations should also be refunded, since she is not personally interested in that. Into Asama the minority added to Ghana for enim at the time that the Deputy Minority Leader, Mr. James Kluche Aveji, added and seven etuja. Yentin some kakra or kind of
The first question is that since 2017, that she started receiving this salary, that doesn't mean that she doesn't spend the money and she kept the money in her account all this while. If the answer is yes, it means that she did not need the money. So why did she take the money in the first place? If that is the case, refunding the money now, you must also compute the interest that the money would have accrued and pay that same to government. So we are calling on the Auditor General to go into the accounts of the First Lady and the Second Lady, first of all, to ascertain that the money she refunded is the money she actually received. That is number one. Two, also to compute the interest that that money would have accrued if that money had been put into any interest-bearing account, so that that money should also be refunded. The interest component should also be refunded. Third, to ascertain whether there is sufficient money in the account so that the check that she has issued will not bounce. Yeah. The fourth one is also if she is now refunding the money, it means that she is not interested in any state fund. For that matter, all state funding of her NGO should also be audited by the Auditor General.
And Mr. James Kluche Aveji position on the matter of the refunds which have been made by the First Lady and the MPP also held a similar, and Mr. Stephen Amwa and Edi and Muyenti on the Sema or the Etuja.
See, this whole issue give rise to has actually induced the First Lady and the Second Lady to say that, okay, we have not even written to accept the new proposal. We are rejecting it. If even the allowances given us is an issue, we are paying back. Then they go again. Some are saying she's arrogant. Some are saying her account should be checked. Thank you very much. If that is the case, the account of Lordina Mahama, Her Excellency, respectfully, we must start from here. We must start from all the First Ladies. All of them, we have to. I agree to what they are saying. Yeah. But it couldn't have been only one First Lady. Two, since when in this country did we start auditing NGOs? I'm not a legal practitioner. The fact of the matter is that my brothers from the NDC, it's not about Ghana. It's all about political power. They don't care about the forward movement of this country. Yeah. The very thing that they introduced, the very thing that they did in bigger measures, the very thing that they are part of the approval system, look at what they are doing. Do they really love this country? Instead of them concentrating on alternative policies, every day is about propaganda. 21st century, Africa is tired of propaganda. We need to love this country, work as one body. The fact of the matter is that the First Lady has rejected. She's ready to pay, or is even paying whatever she took. if they think they have something wrong with it, we should start from Lordina Mahama.
Sammy, you see,
these jokes must stop.
Sammy,
these jokes. You people know, as members of parliament, approve salaries for them. Now you're complaining about allowances.
They are the ones we should be focusing on, actually.
Sammy.
Because first lady, known to me, sorry, if I say, Mumma, me say, Munye say, Mammy.
You know,
Sammy,
they are toying with our emotions.
Sammy Nefati. Assembly that what they say. If Lordina Mahama, if Mrs. Rebecca Akufo-Addo has decided to refund the 89,899, they are under 900 million Ghana cedis now.
Yeah, 900
it is
million.
Because 900,000
and
Ghana
then
cedis.
1 million.
Okay, fine. If she has decided to refund Sasikana, it is because of the claim, say, those monies did not receive the regularization they should have received prior to them being paid.
Let me understand
and
you
so,
clearly.
yes.
But rephrase.
Okay. If Mrs. Akufo-Addo has decided to refund this money, it is because of the noise we made. Say, they were being paid allowances that were not regularized. Ultimately, so those allowances, despite the fact, say, President and the car say, Yema first and second ladies, Sika for Moab.
Which is not her husband.
No. Early 2000s, and as I under President Kufuor. If those that particular commitment of giving allowances to first and second ladies was not regularized, and this committee is now saying we should regularize it now, she feels personally, if we are claiming it is not legal fees awarded,
no problem.
She has given it back to us.
No problem.
She has given it back to us.
Yes, no problem.
But what she has done, it clearly means that any other first or second lady who has also received Sasika Weno, she should also be looking at herself in the mirror and asking herself, say, I also received monies that in quotes.
They are not going to refund.
They are not bound by the step of the first lady.
They are not bound. They are not bound by the step of the
None of them is.
They are not.
Yes.
They are not. But you see, when the NDC go and hold a press conference and call for auditing of accounts and call for interest and call for the things they were calling for, James Kluti Aveji, the things he was calling for, he himself should know that under the NDC's government, there was a first lady, there was a second lady. They also took the same monies. Today, Mrs. Akufo-Addo has refunded her. He has all Kanyama, let's go and investigate, let's go and do this, let's go. They also received same. So if these monies that he welcomes, say, they've returned, if he's welcoming it, then he should also be ready to welcome Lordina, possibly refunding allowances she also took. Because Mrs. Akufo-Addo received the money illegally. Mrs. Lordina Mahama also received it illegally. What is good for the goose is good for the gander. So I'm saying that the calls from the NDC there say you have to investigate.
It is misplaced.
It is totally misplaced. Totally and completely misplaced. That's why I can say, if you are living in a glass house, don't throw stones. Today, they are jubilating. So, monies have been returned. 900,000 has been returned. 900,000 has been returned. It's good news. It's welcome. Somebody also earned same and spent it. Somebody also earned same as first lady and spent it. And she's part of your party. Have you thought of that? It is, this issue there, I think that, look, Mrs. Akufo-Addo returning the money there.
I have only decision. I don't have any.
Nobody
against
should say account should be audited. Sammy, if I take money from you, I can decide to save the money. I can decide not to spend it. But again, is it telling us, say, Mrs. Rebecca Akufo-Addo, before becoming first lady, no Niska, she was a poor woman. She was doing absolutely nothing to have such an amount of money in her account. Is that the case? Sammy, is that the case? She cannot have 1 million Ghana cedis in her account. Obeka said, okay, fine, take your 800,000. And if I take money from you and I don't spend it and I save it, how then can you come and conclude, say, it means that she didn't need the money? Sammy, we've been told. Say, these monies were given to the first ladies on humanitarian grounds. Did the first lady go and ask for money? Did Lordina go and ask for money from anybody? It was given to her on humanitarian grounds.